Public beware. Ontario Provincial Police in Napanee are guilty of first degree murder and attempted murder. They are guilty of sex slave crimes. They are guilty of torturing, full physical identity theft done against me over the course of 6 years. Full skull splitting, full brain injuring, body mutilations, kidnapping, sex assaults, false arrest, arrest refusals, extortion, putting prisoner tracking into me, no criminal record or history, blood and piss forcing, having my mother stalked, tortured, and killed. They had two of my dogs tortured and killed for revenge retaliation for speaking of for their human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking. I have been trying for 6 years to get arresting and charging. I have no medical rights. I have no legal rights. I have no human rights. I live in Tyendinaga Reserve now. I am also the end of my bloodline. Ontario Provincial Police, who are guilty of first degree murder and attempted murder, along with the reserve cop in Tyendinaga who is involved in O.p.p. sex slavery. Damage is done, time has been bought. Ex chief or commander had me shot in Napanee on the corner of Highway 41 Center Street in Bridge Street in Napanee, Ontario, August 6, 2019. Staff Sergeant, years 2019, 2021, kidnapping, sodomy, sex assault. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker, Kingston AMHS, and Shelley Huffner. Spencer Mills, 14716. Robert Kane, 7224 O.p.p. drug cop. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors who are criminally negligent, involved and guilty of first degree premeditated attempted murder with the intent to commit and cover up, with the file falsifications, the treatment refusals, discrimination, and blacklisting, assuring I get no medical help and assuring everybody gets away with this. Dr. Diana Vukadinovic, girlfriend to Stacy, Kingston AMHS. She is guilty of falsifying my medical files for treatment refusals, discrimination, and blacklisting. She is guilty of first degree premeditated attempted murder with intent to commit and cover up. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, ex CEO Covey Duck, and patient relations in Lennox and Addington County General Hospital. The Justice of the Peace, threats, accusations, intimidations, stating I was obstruction, stating I was high on marijuana and hallucinating being sodomized because it was done by O.p.p. Staff Sergeant and the one known as Bill Wooldridge, who is an escapee being harbored and committing this identity theft against me with 100% proof, me trying to get him arrested and charged for 6 years. He is a child sex slave trafficker for the ex-O.p.p. chief or commander. He used to stalk children at Tim Hortons daily in Napanee, Ontario, for sex slavery for him. He is a heroin addict, and he is also associated still to Russell Williams, the serial killer. Blair Hardy Kane, or he is also the one known as Bill Wooldridge. Bill Cooldridge are some of his alias names. Bill Wooldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Robert Cross, and Stephen Maven, and possibly many other alias names. Bald glasses. Lives behind the law office on Center and Bridge Street in a gray duplex. He is approximately 65 to 70 years old. He is a heroin addict and a heroin trafficker. And he is very seriously dangerous and cannot be arrested. Once again, I can prove my words. Blair Hardy Kane, he is O.p.p. alleged supervisor. He is a meth trafficker. He is guilty of raping a woman in 2021, financial thefts and frauds, meth trafficking, stalking, torture crimes, brain injuring. He's an obsessed homosexual cop. He is guilty of torturing and killing my mother with the one known as Bill Wooldridge, December 20th, 2020, and he is guilty of first degree premeditated attempted murder on me with intent to commit. They're drug-fed, money-paid, low-life accomplices who are sex. All of them are registered, and they're sex slave trafficking. The ones that are committing torture crimes and murders, the O.p.p. and Lennox and Hennington County General Hospital are having covered up. There is two of my cousins, Harry Hartwick, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Jason Van Alstyne, Tyler Lake, Raymond LeBlow, Bert Hustler, and a Laidlaw truck driver named Robert Barry who lives on Bridge Street in Napanee. He and his brother are committing sex offenses, and his boyfriend has HIV/AIDS, so they are spreading the disease around through raping men. Damages done, O.p.p. Time bought. I have no feeling left in my head. My brain has been split. I go through daily hypoxia. I get feces, shit, and piss that go through my head and my face. I have a tube that goes from my groin now to my right nipple to my throat, which I can show and prove, to the back of my neck, to a spot on the back of my head that I now have after I was shot. And I actually get piss and shit that go through my head and my face on a daily basis. There is also one Travis Brandt. He is Tyendinaga Reserve cop. He is involved with O.p.p. sex slavery on this end. He is guilty of torture crimes. He is guilty of stalking, using CEW on me. He and his brother are both guilty of being involved with my identity theft, drugging me through crack cocaine, brain injuring me, stalking, and attempted murder. Travis Brandt, brother Christopher as well, from Tyendinaga Reserve. So it goes just more than Napanee. I am also the end of my bloodline as well. Time bought, damage done, knowing there is nothing that I can do about what has happened to me. Once again, my medical rights, my legal rights, my human rights have been taken. Doctors in Ontario, they have proven they have no care or concern for life in any way, shape, or form. Lies about me being suicidal, self-harm, or lies about drugs I do not do. So when you finally do murder me, you're going to use that narrative about me committing suicide or a drug overdose or something. I don't fucking think so, O.p.p. Enough is enough. $22,000 to have anybody arrested in Napanee, Ontario as well. They are also guilty of extortion. So I have videos of me going to O.p.p. trying to get arrested. I have videos showing me filing OIPR at the time for charges, trying LICA to get charges, private prosecutions, and every other means I have tried to get arresting and charging on Ontario provincial police and others for the crimes they are guilty of. Luckily, this is in Napanee, Ontario, where there is no law and the cops are above all laws. They are there specifically to kill, to torture, to sex assault, to commit identity thefts and frauds against disabled, murder elderly, torture and murder elderly, killing dogs, and then they transfer to avoid arrest, charging, and prosecution and lawsuits. Isn't that right, O.p.p.? This is why you are buying so much time in hopes of deniability. While damage is done and I can 100% prove my crimes, it's time you prove your innocence, which you cannot do. I get a lawyer, expect at least $150 million to $200 million lawsuit. I am also laying lawsuits against Travis Brent as well, minimum $200,000 for his brother's crimes and his. Enough is enough. People cannot be arrested. I am not going to be a victim, and I am not going to be murdered that is going to be covered up knowing that I can't do a fucking thing about what is happening to me, no matter what I can show and prove. This is Ontario, Canada. Never speak police crimes, and that's all I did to go through this for 6 years. Two people involved are actually my cousins, too, Harry Hartwick and Dale Hartwick. And both of them are involved to get charges dropped for a stabbing that he committed, that Dale Hartwick committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. So congratulations, you pieces of shit fucking garbage. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. Families of murdered and missing. Check Travis Brandt and Ontario Provincial Police. Anybody goes missing, it is Ontario Provincial Police, and make sure that they are not just trying to cover up their crimes. I hate to talk this way and say these things about the police, but they've left me no choice, and they've proven just how dirty and corrupt they truly are, and what they will do to go and get away with their crimes in Napanee against victims. Lives are being lost, and more lives will continue to be lost by these pieces of shit. And that's a fact.